Hi everybody, let's talk about push and pull factors. So push and pull factors in migration are generally considered the causes of migration, and push factors are negative aspects of a source area that induces out migration, whereas pull factors are positive aspects of a destination area that encourages immigration. So these two can either be perceived or actual factors that are existing. So perceived is like you're perceiving higher wages there, but you don't actually know if there's higher wages there. Or actual things is there is a natural disaster, there is typhoon happening, so you are going to move. Perceived is maybe you're thinking in the future there might be a natural disaster, so you're going to move because of that. So it can be perceived or actual ones. Push factors, it can be anything that once makes you want to move. So civil war, terrorism, natural disasters, your life is at risk, so you want to move. Crime, again, your life is at risk. Maybe you don't want the emotional impact of crime, so you want to move. There's lack of job or educational opportunities, so your area is really run down. There's no infrastructure. You can't get any jobs. You can't seek tertiary education like university and stuff, so you want to move. There's low wages. You can't afford your standard of living and stuff. Maybe the government isn't helping with training. You're very low skill, so you want to seek greater skills, so you go migrate. Poor healthcare. Maybe your healthcare system can't support you, or it isn't able to treat you, so you want to move because you don't want to get diseased. And famine, you don't have food security, you don't want to starve, so you want to move. There can be many more push factors. Just pick a few ones that you can explain very thoroughly, and pick a few ones that you do have examples of. So maybe a civil war, think of a civil war like Sudan. Natural disasters, think of natural disasters like maybe the California wildfires in 2025. Then we move on to pull factors. Sometimes there are opposites, so we can look at civil war, terrorism, and natural disasters. What you want is safety, right? So you're going to move to an area that is safe, and your pull factor is safety. So there are opposites, such as famine and food security. But yeah, so good law enforcement that can combat crime, higher wages, low wages, and a lot of things. Also remember, just pick a few ones that you can explain good, that you have examples for. Educational opportunities, for example, you can think of your local universities, local schools compared to maybe the University of Oxford, the University of Cambridge, Harvard, or anything else. So yeah, but a tip is don't use opposites. So when a exam question is asking you what are pull or push factors for this type of migration, don't just pick poor healthcare and good healthcare. Don't pick famine and food security, because that just shows a lack of breadth, and you're just repeating yourself essentially. So don't use opposites. Remember a few ones that are not the same for either one, and that gives you top marks. An evaluation for push and pull factors, determining which one is more important, it comes down to this thing. Push generally causes the migration, whereas pull generally determines the destination. So very rarely you want to move because there's a pull factor. Most likely, most of the time, you want to move because there are negative aspects in your area. So this sums up push and pull factors. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.